name's Constanze. I work for the Technical University here in Vienna, and I work there as a staff engineer. I had this great joy this morning, being the first keynote speaker, kicking off the first KCD in Austria here in Vienna, in my chosen hometown. The experience was exciting because, of course, as always, when you do something the first time, I mean, there's always a little bit of calibration, as a scientist would say, right? But you know, teamwork in the end worked. I was trying to explain from maybe a bit unusual perspective for typical Kubernetes talk or Kubernetes conferences, what actually education and academia do with this technology and can do. Because you know, it is that universities have somewhat fallen behind the industry or private sector, and now reintroducing it back into that world is like really bridging a gap. And the cool thing is that both in education, we have an enormous empowering potential just to create agency and creative space for the students. And I wanted to show early prototypes of that working out. And the other thing, of course, is I used to be a physicist, and I tried to explain how we can make theoretical physics a little bit more accessible by using cloud-native technology to make it a bit cheaper, or to make it easier to understand, or to make it open.
So you explained that you had a course that you provide to the students. So could you tell about more about that course?
Right. So yeah, it was my idea to showcase in that talk a lecture that we're now presenting or prototyping at TU Wien in the proper curriculum of computer science. And my idea was that, you know, to let the students create their own thing, to choose their own story along the whole DevOps chain life cycle, and really experience what it really means to hit each snag. Because, you know, if you tell someone up front, this is going to be it, then the learning is not really there. If you create your own idea, and then you see, okay, but that might not work, the learning is so much more intense, and also it's a lot more fun and playful, and the students really enjoyed it. So the first reaction that I got from the students, we actually did a qualifier to check if the students would have the basic qualifications, and that was already a big step for a couple of people that had originally signed up, because yeah, this is very new or modern technology, and that's not usually taught in university. So, but the ones that got through the first Capture the Flag event, they were just always beaming with enjoyment. Wow, we're learning something that I can maybe actually use in my daily work. And some came even back with, hey, I'm working in a DevOps job, and I could just apply our hardening rules that we learned last time. And that's really satisfying. Right, so what we present there to the scientists as a main use case is that cloud native can be used by them without them understanding our entire landscape. So if they just build from the software that they need one Docker image, basically we give them or enable them to deploy that widely into the browser to be consumable by others. And also show them, like for example, with interactive tutorials with this interactive Python, how they can make that attractive to their listeners, to their audience, to their students. So the content they can put in there is free to them. We want to really enable them that they have to really just focus on the content, and we give them a sample Docker file, and they can basically copy paste from that and fill it with their own content and disseminate thus their own ideas.
So cloud native enabling science to go further.
Science outreach, yes, and open science, yes, absolutely.
That's very exciting, for sure.
Yes.